Well, I got the other one off, but not without sacrifice, of course. Had to end up using a saw, and I took the end of the hammer here, and I just had to work the nut out from underneath till I could get the saw underneath it. And I had to, where'd the head even go? There we go. I had to cut the head off the screw there, because it was just spinning around. There was absolutely, I kind of hate designs like this. I know sometimes it just, it's the way it's got to be, just for manufacturing's sake. But with the way this is designed, you could have made it so we could have reached in here and gotten in here. But I had no other choice. There was no other way this was going to come out. Just had to cut this in half. Anyways, besides, I mean, I'm pretty sure this one came at it popped off with the end of the clip for it. You can see right there. And I think that one came out of this one. Which, yeah, that would make sense the way it was set up. And I think this one that's all really bad and corroded here had to have been this one. At one point, that looked like that, but not anymore. So that one, I'm going to have to probably drill that out, and I'll probably glue a nut to that and just get a brand new screw for it. Because these are the ones on the good side about this. The good news is, even though this was a pain here and I've lost both of these screws, the good news is the way you can see this goes on is the part that it fell off of is the part on the bottom. So I can just get replacement screws, slap it on the bottom, and no one's ever going to notice. At least all the top ones will still match. Not that that's a big deal either way, but it's just at least something good to look at. I mean, like a bright side to the situation. But I mean, just like with the other side here, look at all this. Oh my god. That's terrible. Just, oh my god, it's just, look. Oh, and then on the inside too. I'm probably just going to go ahead and hit the inside of this bumper. Eventually I will be taking both the bumpers off when I go to bedline the inside. I've decided I'll start with these because it'll be good practice to actually use the gun and the spray and get a feel for it before I actually go for the inside. And I just want to do something to these anyways, because anything would make this look better. But I think also, bedlining it makes sense because it'll make it rugged, it'll look good, especially with the bumper extensions looking good. It's all going to come together very well. And yeah, now I just got to clean these off and POR patch the stuff back on here so there's something back to screw into, and then I'll go ahead and paint them. Okay, so I got the front bumper extensions over here, and I already got these off. I cleaned the inside and out, cleaned them down real good. And these aren't in as bad shape, I suppose, not compared to the back one. Like, I didn't expect there to be that much dirt and sand, but we do have on these sides, we have the pin holder here for the screw that actually keeps it onto the frame, or the bumper, came off, and I don't want to take the chance of just trying to slide them back on here and having that happen again. So I'm going to take like a washer, maybe a plastic one or something really firm, and I'm just going to pour patch that sucker right on there. And I think that'll come out good. I'm going to let it dry just about the whole day. And then I don't have it on me right now, but when I do, I'll show you. I went shopping for paint yesterday. I got a grip spray, which is really nice. I saw that. I was looking through the Jeep Wrangler forums, and I saw someone who did their hardtop and just went and got the exact same stuff they did. So I'll show you that when we get to that point. But I also picked up some more. It's not exactly the same as the stuff I've been using on the mirrors and the license plate holder, but it's all the same kind of plastic on the Jeep here. The fender flares, the bumper extensions, the mirrors, and it's textured paint for plastic. It's not specialty, but it is Rust-Oleum, so I think it'll be pretty close. And if, I think just one can, I got one can should be enough for the bumper extensions and the fender flares, and then it'll all match and look really nice, and it's going to look so good. But, yeah, so what I'm going to do is just take some pour patch, hopefully get something on here that I think is good. I'm also just going to go ahead and keep filing away at some of this to get it as smooth as possible. I don't know if if it's even worth getting this is the plastic piece that was stuck into this, so maybe I'll try to get that back on there. But I just want something solid so these can slip back on, they won't turn or bend. And I can just put them right back on when they're painted, and it's going to look really nice. So, I had this good idea, and I think it's going to come out real well. What I did was, when I got the back ones off especially, I think it was one in the front, and then we got these two in the back and this one in the back, and the rest were okay. They came out alright. But the ones in the back here, they just, they completely rusted off. Literally just crumbled into pieces, so I was surprised they were able to hold on their own. The screw didn't just fall out by itself over time. But it was certainly getting there, because you can see the screws that did not make it. Just, yeah, even the one I cut was not, it was not good, and I completely lost I guess this little slip that the idea is it's supposed to slip into the plastic mold here, and then this slips in here, and the other piece that this is part of, which this would be attached to, has threads for the nut. And, well, I lost, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think I lost 4 of them. Yeah, that makes sense, because the 3 on the back and the 1 on the front one. that I'm working on, this one over here. And I took the remaining ones that were still good that I'm still going to reuse. I took them over, I cleaned them off, and I'm just giving them a light coat of paint right now just so that, you know, they won't meet the same fate. And I was just thinking, like, so what am I going to do for the rest of these, because I completely lost the threads, and I lost the knot anyway, so I have to get a completely new way of holding it on there. So I had this idea of this one's in here the best, the other two I got to drill a hole for, which I'll, just a little hole just to extend the already hole here. I found a nut that would, screw that would go into the nut, and I'm going to put a washer on it too just to be safe, but see that? I was thinking, like, yeah, that could work, that could definitely work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pour patch, I'm going to get this on here real good, lather it real nicely, just carefully put it in there, and I'm going to let it just dry overnight, and it's going to seal in there real tight to the point where I don't think this will turn at all. And then I'm just going to take a nut from the outside when I go ahead and flip this upside down for the bumper, put the nut on it, bring it in. I can paint this black just so it blends in better, and this is going to be underneath anyway, so once it's fully in, you'll never see it. So I think it's going to work out real nice. I got lucky in a sense, even though that 3 of these broke. The upside is they're on the bottom, so when I put these custom ones in, they're not going to look any different. So that's pretty good, and I really like doing stuff like this. Like, I mean, you know, I think I'm a decent problem solver. You know, I don't know when you don't, like when you get to like engine problems, that's something different for me. But something like this is something I like because I get a little problem here. This is a teeny little problem, not a big problem, and I come up with a solution. And if the solution works out, which I really think it's going to work out, then I feel pretty good about it. And yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and have that happen and see how it turns out.